Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Spring Spotlight here on YesNetwork.com. I'm here with John Flaherty. John, you're doing the game today, but really you've been here the whole spring to see what's been going on here at Yankees camp. What's your impression so far?
Well, I think the Yankees, Joe Girardi, Brian Cashman have to be very pleased. You know, there were a lot of question marks coming into this camp. And early on, and I know it's early, Joe, and everybody gets excited when a pitcher maybe has a couple of good outings or a hitter has a couple of good at-bats. But some guys have stepped up. You know, the back end of that rotation with Freddie Garcia, Colon has thrown the ball well, Nova's been good. All the kids in the minor leagues are looking at opportunities and they're trying to take advantage of it. So I think overall the Yankees have to be very pleased to this point.
And you mentioned the 4 or 5 spot. You look at, Sergio Mitre and Bartolo Colon and Freddie Garcia and Ivan Nova. These guys have been, they said it was a competition coming in, and they've been pitching up to that competition.
They've all stepped up. Mitre is a guy, I almost feel bad for him because the Yankees know he can pitch out of the bullpen. He can go down there and be a long reliever. He can go down there and give you an inning at the end of a game. So his flexibility might hurt him in this rotation hunt. I think he's definitely going to be on the team. And then it gets interesting from there because as an organization, do the Yankees want to give the opportunity to a kid like Nova and say, we're going to give you a full year to see what you can do? Or if the 2 veterans are throwing the ball well, you can send Nova to the minor leagues. You don't risk losing them. So obviously a lot of decisions have to be made, but I think from the Yankee standpoint, good decisions because you have a lot of guys throwing well.
And one thing that, we've heard throughout all of camp is that they're really impressed with Bartolo Colon. His velocity's up. The way he's been, pitching to these hitters. He had 7 strikeouts in his last performance in 4 innings. What have you seen from Bartolo?
Well, velocity's the first thing, and because we didn't know what kind of arm strength he was going to have coming into camp, and he pitched for Tony Pena, and I guess Tony needs to get some kudos here too because he recommended Colon, and he has really opened up some eyes with velocity, movement. You strike out 7 guys, I don't care if it's a spring training game or a regular season game, it tells you that he's got some stuff left. And Garcia is a guy who just knows how to get people out. His velocity has creeped up a little bit to the upper 80s. He'll touch 90, but he doesn't have to pitch at 94 like he did to get people out. So it's an intriguing matchup.
All right, one more thing we're going to talk about here is the catchers. You've had a keen eye being a catcher yourself. How these guys catch games, the backup spot, how Russell Martin's been doing. What is the one thing you've noticed? I know Cervelli has gone down, but now with Montero and Romine, what's the one thing that you really noticed from these guys?
Well, first of all, Cervelli going down is an unfortunate thing for him, but the Yankees know what they have in Francisco Cervelli, so he's a known commodity. It's opened up opportunities for the kids. Montero, who has done a nice job with the opportunities that he has had, and I love Austin Romine because he reminds me a lot of myself coming up, a guy who could catch a little bit. And maybe the hitting is a lot further along than mine was in my minor league career, but he's going to get better at the plate. So I think he's intriguing because if you talk about a backup role, he kind of fits the description, a real good defender who's going to learn how to hit. Montero is a big prospect that probably needs to play every day to continue and improve. But Russell Martin, we don't know, again, what we're going to get from this guy. Is he going to be the guy with the Dodgers who's been hurt the last couple of years? It looks like he's going to be a guy who's going to rebound because he seems healthy. The knee's in good shape, hit a home run the other day, and I think if he can get back to driving the ball the other way like he did early in his career, he might have a big year.
One thing that I've heard from both catchers, Romine and Montero, they said that both Jorge Posada and Russell Martin have been really great with them in this camp. And what does that veteran presence mean for those 2 young guys?
Well, it's huge. And Joe, you know Jorge. It's not surprising that he's going to do that. He's always been that type of a mentor. But it's good to hear that about Russell Martin because when somebody comes over from another team, you don't know their personality, their makeup in a clubhouse. It's nice to hear they're taking the young guys under their wing and trying to help them. And I think Russell Martin coming into this club, in this clubhouse, he's kind of flying under the radar a little bit, so he might sneak up on some people and have a big year.
Well, nobody does it better here on YesNetwork.com than John Flaherty. It's amazing. Flawless, beautiful weather.
By the way, the sun has been treating you well down here.
Oh, yeah,
fantastic.
I know.
Fantastic.
I had a little peeling going on, but I'm better now. That's John Flaherty. I'm Joe Oriema. Keep coming back to YesNetwork.com for all of your Yankees needs this season.